in honor of that, we'll start off with a little comedy.
Hello, my name is Brannagan the Shenanigan. So, believe it or not, I actually started teaching kids comedy. Why they chose me, I don't know. But I started a job for this theater camp, and I got hired to teach stand-up and improv. And I'll be honest, I'm a little rusty, so I just kind of go with the punches. And the thing is, I only have 3 students. You know how hard it is to do improv with only 3 students? You know, yes, and yes, like zing, zang, zap, like it's a challenge, and I'm learning that teaching is really hard, especially doing open mic. And the best thing that I think I'm trying to achieve for the kids is just go up. It doesn't matter if you bomb. I'm used to it. But no, I think it's pretty cool. The kids are cool, and I show up to work and I bring an amplifier and a mic just so they get used to talking in a microphone. And then we go up to the auditorium and practice in an empty audience. But I think it's actually pretty cool. But then the thing is, I have the kids for 6 hours. How do I stretch my little bit of knowledge of improv and stand-up comedy for 6 hours? Well, I can make balloon animals. I told that to the lady who hired me. And I'm like, I don't know if this is relevant, but I can make balloon animals. And so when I show up to work the first day, I brought balloon animals, and I'm like, you know what? I got some puppets. So sometimes the kids are just like looking at me like, now what? All right, well, we got these puppets. Let's make a story out of puppets. And I will say, like, so far just watching these kids grow, like some of them are a little bit shy, and then like I'm terrified of doing karaoke. That's just one of my bugaboos of doing karaoke. I was in choir in high school, but you know, when you're in a big ensemble, you're able to hide a little bit. So now it's like doing karaoke in front of people, like that's scary. But I was like, you know what? Who wants to do some karaoke? I pulled up some lyrics on my phone for the kids, and like watching these kids, like one kid, I'm like, all right, you want to do karaoke? No. Eventually, and I got him to go up and sing some songs, and like today, I got up and sang some songs with the kids. So like, we're growing and we're learning. So far it's going pretty good. So, am I really teaching the kids how to be funny? I don't know. Sometimes they're just naturally funny that way. And you can look at a kid, and I said to him, I'm like, are you a class clown? Yeah. And like, I don't know, it touched my heart because growing up, I totally was the class clown. So now it's like, okay, how do you take real life comedy and put it on stage? And so that's what I'm trying to attempt. So, and I was like, you know what? I almost wasn't going to go up tonight, but then I was like, oh, you got to practice what you preach, right? Therefore, I could go up to the kids tomorrow and be like, oh, I bombed or whatever. But hey, see, I gotta laugh. I gotta laugh. That's proof for the camera. Anyway, hey, who has roommates? I have a roommate. God knows I love the guy. But like he and I, we're just night and day. Because I almost never see him. It's literally night and day. We'll go like days without seeing each other because we just have opposite work shifts. And it's just like, this guy, he's in a band, a heavy metal band, and you just love hearing heavy metal at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, when you gotta wake up at 5. You gotta love the guy though. He's great at guitar, but then, yeah, hearing that at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then another thing, I don't know if you ever like let somebody borrow something and then they just don't return it for months, and then whenever you want to use it, they don't have it. So like for this theater camp that I got hired for, I wanted to bring the amplifier that I loaned him whenever I moved into his apartment. And I went up to him and I'm like, hey, do you have that amplifier that I could bring to this theater for kids? And he was like, oh yeah, I had a gig back in October and another band stole it. I'm like, well, that would have been, it's like, I understand things happen, but you could have told me 6 months ago that therefore we could have, I don't know, replaced it and I could have had an amplifier to use. But then all is well, he did let me borrow one of his amplifiers for these kids. So that, I guess we came full circle, but am I gonna lose track of his amplifier? I don't think so. Let's see, what some other things that he does that annoys me, again, God knows I love him, is, whenever I use the last paper towel, I throw away the roll. You would think, you walk into the kitchen, you see an empty roll of paper towels, you would throw it away. It's just like one of those, I don't know, maybe his ADHD brain just kicks in. Like, we all have ADHD. Another, pet peeve of mine is my microwave. Some people, they open the door before the timer goes off. And so it just bugs me when there's 38 seconds just flashing on the microwave. Little things like that just bug me. You can't hit the clear button. Maybe I would like to see the time for a change. And sometimes it's like, why am I the only one doing dishes? Not just once a day, but before I go to work and then when I come home to a sink full of dishes. Well, it's just, you see the dishes, you want to do them, right? So it's like, okay, I only did dishes, I don't know, twice. And it's like, I guess I bought all the groceries for the last, it's like, God knows I love them. Let's see, my neighborhood, you gotta love your neighbors, right? And some people, they put their trash on the hood of their car, and then they drive to the dumpster, hop out real quick, throw the trash bag into the dumpster. A lot of my neighbors, well, let's just say the trash doesn't always make it to the dumpster. You would think, the trash fell off my car. I'm gonna hop out, pick it back up, and put it in the dumpster. No, they'll leave it in the road, and then guess what? It gets ran over. And then my apartment complex itself, we have the dumpster, but I guess the trash compactor is screwed up. So then you have trash that piles up and piles up and piles up. A rat problem is what I'm trying to say. So there's lots of rats, and I'm from Missouri, and I'm not used to seeing big rats. I'm just not, I'm used to little field mouse. And when I moved down here from St. Louis, I was fascinated seeing all these rats, and then you got all these stray cats that hang out there. Do they eat the rats? No, they do not. And so one time, my brother from St. Louis visited me, and I'm like, dude, you gotta come to the dumpster, check out these rats. We both went, because we just never seen rats this big before. And so, it's a trashy neighborhood is what I'm trying to say, folks. Anyway, what's going on in the dating world? I'm a millennial or Zennial, I don't know, Gen Z, millennial mix, I don't know, 96 is the cutoff year. And everybody my age and younger have dating apps. I've never really cared for them. Like, do I have them? Yes. Do I get any matches? No. So it's like, and it's so like, I guess it's like, you like to see your options, right? So you're just swiping, you know, like seeing what's out there. And I just never understood it because, I mean, it's very judgmental. You just look at people's pictures and a bio, but I've always been the type of meeting people in the real world, and I guess I'm more old school like that. So now it's like it, and that's another thing. Let's say you meet a girl or whatever you like. I don't know. But you meet someone you're interested in. Oh, hey, you know, we've been talking all night. What's your number? Oh, okay. You get the number, and then maybe the next day you text them. Oh, hey, I had a really fun time talking to you. Would you like to go out? And then you don't get any reply. So it's like, why did you give me your number in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, dang, it's not like you talked for like 5 hours at a party or whatever. So it's very interesting. And now it's like, being this age, it's always interesting of like, I guess I'm more old school of like, hey, what's your number? But now everybody's like, oh, what's your Insta? I never knew that Instagram was like a business card these days. Because it's just like, you never know, what's your Snapchat? It's like, what happened to a good old text message and phone call? But now I don't know, I'm striking out in the dating world. That's what I'm trying to say, folks. Anyway, my name is Brannagan Brouk. You can find me on YouTube and all the social medias at Brannagan Brouk. That's BRANNAGAN space BROUK. Thank you. Have a great night.